carry player, and he has certainly had some incredible carry performances at this tournament from the off lane. But at the same time, he's also had some performances with Zayats where they're just running around together. It seems to be, I don't think I've ever seen a duo of the 3-4 that is more tied together than Rezo and Zayats. They seem to be just hand in hand, running around, killing things nonstop. Now, when it comes to lanes, they didn't actually set it up that way. We see Puppey playing the Disruptor. They didn't want to do a double melee setup. Instead, they have Zayats paired up with a Drow Ranger in bottom lane and the ranged Puppey here with Rezo, just to make their lanes a bit easier.
Yeah, makes sense. Running this double melee lane into the Morph lane, you're not going to be able to pressure him too much, and you're just going to feel bad over time, so at least Puppey can make some noise up here, you know, gets a little stuff done. And then you get this melee range pairing for the Drow, which is always nice for this hero. You have a body to frontline for and tank up some spells. That's the name of the game. And this is going to be a pretty fast early game for Thunder. Whenever you play this Mars mid, you are really looking to up the tempo and take the fights around the runes with the early arena. You have this off-lane Pango, who's another very strong skirmisher, especially when paired with this Maiden, who also went in the off-lane. Kind of a throwback to that old 4-position Maiden meta. Of course, Pandamu is still bringing it up. Very high damage supports for Thunder Awaken. Snapfire Maiden on the back of these two skirmishes.
Yeah, at the same time, though, these two team fighters, they're in a lane matchup where they're a melee hero up against a ranged hero that is going to abuse them. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on both their CS and their net worth to see how they walk away from this laning phase, because I imagine they're going to have to be blowing through some regen just to stay in.
All about the early level advantage for these dual lane skirmishes. Matthew going to lay into Puppey here a little bit in the river. I mean, he has the move speed advantage.
Oh yeah, he should just be able to run him down here. Puppey, at best, you can try and maybe swerve into the Roshan pit and hopefully deny that first blood. He's going to pop the Fairy Fire, pops the Salve, draws the aggro, gets the Salve canceled. A bash comes out. That's a little awkward. Oh, Matthew times it very nicely with the cookie. He had that one in his back pocket, pulls it out, and gets the first blood.
Yeah, the tip on top of it as well with the voice line. He was thinking that all the way through, had plenty of time to think about it. And very nice start for him. Again, that's your 4 position in the safe lane. Matthew, he's shown on this Snapfire, the South American specialty. Absolutely destroy you in these fights until you get to those BKB timings. So
yeah, you were talking about this hero early on in the tournament. You thought Snapfire was going to be one of the heroes that was going to be a bit more prevalent, and you said South America was one of the regions who played it best.
Yeah, I mean, this hero's just amazing in the mid-game fights. He scales as well. This new shard, I think, threw people a little off in terms of how the range interacts, but people are getting more used to it now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick it up this game. Again, the laning's pretty strong. A little mango smoothie for him. Yeah, regen it back up.
Matthew just wants to keep that pressure up. I mean, because it's having a totally free lane. Though he's not actually stopping Rezo from doing well in CS. They're pretty much even between the two of them, so.
That is the downside of chasing Puppey. You get the first blood, you enable yourself. You do give Rezo that one-on-one. He's had to burn pretty much no regen. I think he's used one tango this entire laning phase. For a melee versus range core matchup, sure, Morphling's not the best at abusing you early. Rezo's having a great time, and
he's gonna go for it.
Kill.
Jumps onto Matthew, and the damage being done with the Thunder Strike, and one last hit is barely enough for Puppey to get the kill. Oh, and because of that, he's got his level 2. He'll pop the glimpse now because he's already morphing his strength, so he should be totally fine. But it's decent pressure added on to the carry.
That right click, it definitely hit at the top of the damage range there. Yeah. Fairy Fire. I didn't think it was going to kill him, and I don't think Matthew did either.
I was setting it up to be like, and he barely doesn't get the kill, and well, apparently not.
You get a free trip to base. It's not the worst. Big question is going to be this 6-minute rune. Coming up in a minute 30. Dark Mago is going to get the 6 here pretty fast. He's doing a fairly decent job on mid, up in denies, up in CS versus Nisha.
Yeah, maybe he's been harassed quite a bit by the ranged attacks from Nisha, but he's made up for it by being a melee hero, having higher base damage and securing more denies. So level 6, as you said, it's going to come in faster, and we'll see what kind of rotations are going to happen around that big time.
I mean, I expect rotations here for Thunder. You do not want to give this rune to Nisha, and you really want to use this arena, which is going to be up around the same time. Again, you do not want to leave a mid-Mars on an island for too long. You also have pretty independent side lanes. Sure, Pango was not going to pressure Drow down here, but it's pretty much free farming ahead in CS as well. Having a decent time when Ring of Health so he can stay in the lane. He's pretty independent, and of course, Morph is one of the better independent heroes as well. Again, Secret's just trying to weather the super early game storm here and get to their mid-game timing. It's up to Thunder to kind of accelerate the game.
Looks like they want to make a call here to go on to Matthew. Not sure what that kinetic field was exactly, but Rezo doesn't follow it up.
Any of these side trades right now are decent for Secret in my opinion because it'll stop that mid rotation. They're happy to trade supports.
Hefty amount of damage, but crystallis, now that he's back at the tower, starts delivering some arrows back. Matthew looks like they tried to go on him and do manage to get the kill there with the glimpse back, but Puppy's going to be chased down by Because and should be just a trade out of the supports. Rezo will put some more damage on a Because, but it's a Morphling. He really can't die here.
Not too bad for Secret overall. You're getting a lot of solo XP for this Marcy. Sure, Morph picks up the kill, but you're not stopping him anyway. And Nisha gets to grab the rune for free without getting ganked with this arena.
That's super nice. The fights just continue in the side lanes. Apparently, the support's not caring about securing the power runes at all, as you said, and just focus more on getting these kills. Zayats falls in the bottom lane. Top lane, back to it. Glimpse onto the Morphling, really keeping the pressure on him. He's got raindrops though. Looks like he's gonna have to morph all the way to agility form, pop his fairy fire and stick, and actually give it a salve as well.
Doing just fine. They're a more annoying carry to harass.
Yeah, seriously, it feels pointless half the time, but it keeps him from being able to get CS. As you can see, the net worth between both the Morphling and the Marcy is pretty even, so.
These are very even lanes. Puppy looking for that glimpse mid, but
yeah, that's a level 1 glimpse, not quite the range.
Points. And Zayat's also TP'd mid to get the bottle refill. Now he's kind of lingering around here. 7-minute, not that 8-minute rune timing. A little awkward for Secret here, but they're happy to control the bounty. There's just not too much side lane pressure on this bottom lane with the Drow. I think it's pretty hard to kill this Pango. Maybe they try bring Nisha down here, but it's just not a worthwhile rotation. There's that roll, but I mean, good luck, you know.
I feel like later on, the Pango is going to have a bit of a hard time with this duo specifically. I mean, he's dealing with 2 silences. Those are not very fun to play Pangolier against, but for now anyway, when it comes to lane, ring of health he got, he's doing exceptionally well. 3,200 second net worth. He's got the Orb of Corrosion, he's going to be going back for the Arcane Boots.
This is pretty much a dream offlane Pango start.
Yeah.
This is not a hero that typically just free farms a lane like this. Maybe abusing the fact Drow is kind of slow.
Nice rolling kick back straight into the hands of Nisha.
Hello. May
be able to grab the Invis Rune away from Nisha, but won't stop his own death.
And I think Thunder, tired of being the ones rolled on here, time to smoke top and try and get some action done with this arena. This is a move that really has to connect here. Otherwise, Dark Mago is just finding nothing in this early game.
Yeah, the fact that we haven't seen an arena yet is a bit of a shame. Let's see how fast Rezo gets out. Not able to get the rebound away. Will be denied by the arena walls.
Decent pickup. Definitely going to be happy about that one. Pandamu gets to soak the XP mid on a hero in Crystal Maiden that really uses the levels. I mean, this hero has dominated the statistics in terms of win rate. Start getting these, you know, Frostbite, Nova points up, whichever route you want to go. They really pay off a lot more now than they used to. So decent efficiency here from Thunder. To me, the big question is going to be, do they try and use this Pango ult to kick Drow to bottom? How long does crystallis get to stay down here? Because this is not a carry you want to just leave down here getting solo XP. I mean, it's almost level 7, and he's just been uncontested.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like Thunder playing slower than maybe we would have expected. But we do now have the level 6 on Sacred. So whether he's making a play on the Drow with people rotating, or he rotates to another lane and leads, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, getting pulls off and stuff, crystallis is going to be very happy with the way this is going, I think.
Meanwhile, Dark Mago's clearing stacks. I don't know if I've ever said that in my life, but he is in the jungle efficiencying it up.
Yeah, apparently he wants to try and get that fast blink dagger. And that makes sense, right? I mean, getting on top of this Drow is going to be all so important.
Absolutely. If he can find the Drow, start on the Lesh, there are no real saves in this game when that Arena Spear comes out.
Yeah.
There's no hard reset, hard dispel, so Dark Mago kind of has free reign here. I can understand the Blink Rush. It's going to be very strong in this game. It enables his supports. This Snapfire Mars combination goes back since these heroes were put in the game, and it's strong for a reason. It's going to annihilate these cores before they have BKBs. So I can understand them wanting to get that fast, and here's a second smoke to this top lane, trying to shut down Rezo. I think he smells what's coming, though.
Yeah, they have this nice high ground ward that may give him a false sense of security because they are smoked up, but it's going to break here. Puppy walks down, breaks the smoke. Very nice read. I think it's a combination They picked up the power rune at top lane. They're missing for the middle lane a little bit. Rezu got ganked last time. He's like, I'm not going to risk it this time around. That's fair enough.
Part of me wonders why they want to go top with this move instead of bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom move is longer. It takes more time, but you're going to get the kick out guaranteed, right? If Crystallis wants to dodge that smoke, he has to leave the lane. And this catapult would have killed the tower with Pango just tanking up.
Right.
Instead, when that smoke fails, they get absolutely nothing out of it. Morph can stay up there anyway. It's like a higher risk, lower reward type situation.
Do you think that they
there's
have
a glimpse
answers
potential
to Drow?
here.
There is. He's going to run forward, gets a small glimpse back, not a big one, but they do have the stun follow-up here. Comes the kisses, trying to create some space, and Dark Mago is going to be perfectly fine, and they're actually at the Rolling Thunder. Oh, a jump away from Rezo, barely gets out of that arena. They're going to have more TPs in. crystallis actually a long TP, but
Another
will show up
glimpse
and
too.
missed.
1 second.
Oh, barely inside of the range, and they're going to go for Sacred. Pango's going to die. They immediately threw down the Static Storm to make sure there was going to be no jump away, no swashbuckle or anything. And with the Drow Ranger here, it's time to put pressure on this mid tower.
Unleashed, Catapult's still alive. They'll get the glyph out of that for sure. That's going to TP back into mid as well. And the line being drawn top, so they're reading this move. Again, Thunder just not getting the exact fight they want out of that situation, and it feels like Secret's stalling them out a little bit, which is definitely advantageous for them. Anytime you can slow down this team, you're going to be pretty happy with it.
The Ancient Stack, this is usually what the Drow is going to be spending most of her time doing in this awkward 10 to 20, 25 minute mark. Is a lot of time hitting Ancients.
Arcane Rune for Nisha. Cannot ask for anything better on this hero, especially pushing towards that Bloodstone timing.
Yeah, that's very awkward because you know Thunder wants to make a play. They just picked up the Blink Dagger, so the wrong move. They stumble into Anisha with an Arcane Rune, and he is not immediately bursted down. This could go badly for Thunder, and that would be a very bad sign for the rest of the progression of this game for them. But wait our time. Didn't hide the Blink Dagger at all, so Secret should know about it.
Seems like Thunder's just happy to keep the static as well. Again, no move to his bottom lane made yet. Now Secret's the one making the move to their off lane first.
Smoke
very
breaks
late in this game, but
he's gonna wait for, oh,
Did he
gets
get the
pulled
dodge?
out of it, and now the silence is ruining Dark Mago, but he does manage to get off the arena with the combination of the two supports, laying in the damage. Nisha, and now the roll-in from Sacred, perfectly set up. The bowling ball, knocking down all the pins of Team Secret. A bit of aggression from Secret that goes completely awry. Thunder, apparently their patience is well rewarded. Tries to find a fourth kill in Zayat, but missed the spear, sadly, and will have to retreat.
they were all ready for that move. Instant call out, instant TP. This is all their net worth. You got to remember, you attack Makaz, you attack the whole front. Just beautiful spellcasting to turn that fight around. I mean, this Morph is a little tankier than maybe they expected, right? He's got Falcon Blade, he's got Dragon Lance, he's got Shreds. He itemized to skirmish early and fight often. He's off a little bit here. Of course, getting the Morph off helps, and
Just in general, going for the Morphling, but
Yeah,
him
it's
getting
not.
off the Morph strength, like, they needed a situation where the smoke breaks, but they're not spotted, and they could get an instant Static Storm on him. It's a glimpse play, gives him too much time to respond.
it's a hard aggressive move unless you can concretely just burst down a core at the start of that. Secret will pay the price.
Chasing after him, glimpse back, throws the spear as he can, but he will die for that double damage rune he picked up. Do have the kisses still, but the roll is going to be able to get it on top of Matthew. No space to be able to cast that big ultimate. Will turn around and kill Zayat, but Nisha will take the tower in return. Now they're going to try and chase him down. Now the kisses go into play with the Rolling Thunder on top of that. They have the Static Storm to stall up some of the heroes. Panda is there, though, to help finish him off. Nisha falls, silence going out, and jumping from Rezo. His first big jump into these team fights, and he's going to clean up two here pretty easily with the help of crystallis, who nabs both the kills.
Very nice turnaround in that river by Secret. I don't think Zayat was expecting Makaz to be behind that tower.
Yeah.
Rolls in, ults, he's like, oh, Morph's here? Not my cup of tea. Still, Secret get the tier 1 mid out of that as well. And the biggest beneficiary for Crystallis. He comes in and cleans up those kills at the end. Now all of a sudden he's the most farmed core on Secret. He is having an absolutely free Drow game. And remember, this is a Drow that can get powered up by Sidekick. Absolutely devastating in these later game fights. It's a Drow versus Morphling as well. You're going to cut through all this armor. This is going to be a spooky carry for Thunder to deal with going in this late game.
And
He's
again,
got BKB queued up after Yasha. I mean, if he gets to BKB, he's a god, right? Almost nothing touches him.
yeah, at that point, really, all Thunder has is like defensive measures, right? They have the arena walls that they can play around against the Drow, but they really can't kill her very easily. They do not have great physical damage.
No, it just comes down to how much network does Pakaz has. And he has a lot. He is always a lot more farm than I think he's going to be. You know, you look at that, you go, where did he get all that from? 402?
Where did he get all that net worth from? He's at 8,500. He's got the same CS 4-0 and 2. Well, that'll certainly help out.
Yeah, it helps when you get the kills and nice fine mid. Quick little arena.
Glimpse back. He's really trying for this one. Nisha, does he want to go for it? I don't think so. Sacred has already popped the Rolling Thunder to ensure that we do get our Mars out of here.
Structures are fortified.
Ult's baited, but more rune control with Thunder's way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Another glimpse, perhaps? They actually go for the cookie to try and stall up Puppy. The glimpse didn't really send Matthew anywhere.
It's such a weird mid-skirmish, man. Just 5 heroes poking each other.
And both teams seem to be willing to group up nice and early. We saw crystallis make that move where he TP'd to the mid tower early on. That team fight pressured. We saw Pakaz do the same.
I mean, I think Secret is ready to meet these guys on the battlefield. They know they do not want to get outnumbered in these fights. Finally, we'll claim this safe lane tower.
You've talked to me about this before, the fact that TI, people naturally group up when it comes to TI, right? Just something about the pressure and just the nervousness and scary situations, right? Like you feel better just being around your allies.
Yeah, you know, you get to hug your teammate, you get to rely on him, might whisper some calming words. Or he might tell you you're playing bad, you know?
Yeah, he might say, you idiot, that was an illusion. How did you not know that?
But maybe that soothes you, puts you back in the zone. Exactly what I needed.
Either way, really good bait there from Dark Mago.
Yep. He's also pushing towards BKB here. Just kind of like the big timing for Mars. You know, how many times does he fight and die before he gets there? That's what's really going to slow down this mid hero. But he's having a decent game getting there. He's really the bulwark, quite literally, for Thunder in these fights. Just going there, tanking up a lot of this Drow damage if he can. Giving Pakaz the opening where he's going to see his target and be able to jump either the Drow, jump a support. He already has Manta up as well, so the silence is not as effective. But he will go for Manta and BKB on Orb this game. Probably just the power of Static Storm, threatening him on the deep dives. Very defensive itemization here.
Man, what do you think about this mech from Matthew?
Solar items have proved to be insanely good in this meta, especially if you're a team that wants to group up and fight. You're hitting a pretty good window here if you're Thunder. Mech is pretty effective versus the Earth Spirit and the Disruptor damage. That's going to look for the roll.
Good attack storm on top of this one. Mars really not going to be able to get off much, but the Rolling Thunder is really disrupting things. They finally kill the Mars, and Matthew, nice jump away with the cookie. Zions finally falls. Sacred has to jump away and barely keeps his life there as Rezo looks to chase, but Uplink should easily get Sacred far enough out of here.
Those Drow hits are already hurting.
Yeah, they are.
You really have to think about this Marcy Drow combo, and if you're not on top of it, every other hero is basically a distraction. Nisha just has to go in and live as long as he can, and it's going to set up the fight for Secret, especially if they can start on Mars. You don't have this arena coming out, you don't have any of this control. It really hurts the Thunder supports. Sacred's doing his best to disrupt this fight, but I mean, he does not have the armor or sustain to deal with Drow Ranger yet.
Uh-oh, Nisha. Slowed down by the kisses. He is super tanky, though. 2,200 HP. They landed most of those kisses and a bit of extra damage from the swashbuckle, and it really wasn't that close. So that cannot feel very good for Thunder. But earlier, the win percentage favored them by a decent, like, 10%. Why do you think that is?
Thunder in favor?
Yeah.
Well, maybe just likes Pakaz.
Yeah, well, I like him too. That's fair enough. Okay, he's a solid carry.
You know, Gabe put in a little extra in the formula. It's seen Pakaz Morphling before.
It's the Pakaz factor. Understandable.
It really is. I mean, I think for the next 5 or so minutes, that's a short window, but their skirmish power is still stronger. But they're not hurting Nisha. Nisha has no fear in this game.
Yeah.
He's got Fan Brace, he's got Cloak, Ogre Axe, he is rushing the tank ability. He knows, I'm gonna run in, I'm a front line, throw your spells on me, I don't care. I mean, like you were saying, 2,200 HP on this Leshrac.
You had a BKB on top of that? No, nobody's touching that on the side of Thunder.
This
Not
is
for
the
a while.
downside of the Thunder lineup. They are almost all magic damage for these early fights, which they didn't really get to go their way. It shifts a lot more emphasis to Bakaz to be able to deal the physical to bring this Latrak down. And he went kind of defensive items, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have this super early Scotty or the extra damage to pump through. Oh,
Oh no, he blinked into it! Oh no! Disaster! It was hidden in the side, but ends up blinking directly into Zayats. That is just real sad for Sacred there. And that gets Nisha that much closer to his BKB, which we just talked about how important that's going to be. Thunder, though, I mean, the one thing is they get these BKBs on Secret, but we do have really strong initiation on the side of Thunder, right? We've got the Blink Dagger on Mars, Blink Spear, super fast. You might be able to catch them before they BKB. Same goes with the Rolling Thunder, right?
if you can land them, you're in a good spot. If they get the BKB off, you're in a rough spot. And there's a lot of BKBs coming out here in the next few minutes. All right, the Zayats one is going to be the farthest, but crystallis pretty much has his off this camp. Nisha's flying out, I believe. There it is on the courier, and Rezo has his after this wave. So you have 3 cores lining up here, triple BKB timing for Secret. You already know Puppey is making the call. It's time to clinch a fight, close the map out, take a Roshan, try to hit our window and never look back.
Yeah, and that's a super scary part, right? That Roshan factor. Once you start that snowball of getting these Roshans, I mean, you have talked to me on and on and on about the power of the second and third Roshan. So the earlier we get this first one, you know, the bigger that power spike.
And hell, they're just skipping the fight step and just going straight to the Rosh.
Yeah, apparently, they're just like, whatever, it's home. They can try and come to us. We'll take the team fight. If not, 22-minute Roshan, they get the Aegis over to Nisha. So if you thought you could kill him once by surprising him with the initiation, hitting the stuns, chain stunning it, preventing the BKB, well, that's now all out the window.
Another arcane rune as well. An absolute monster. This is not an easy fight for Thunder. They're going to try and start with the stuns. No BKB for Rezo.
Yeah, they're going to be able to keep this nice chain stun. Rezo is decently tanky, but maybe not good enough. Okay, the BKB goes right through those arena walls, and now with the Disruptor here, they can pull some more heroes in, or maybe not. Puppey misses Static Storm and is now going to be able to get a glimpse of Crystal Main. Not much there. Nisha's just running through heroes, though, one after another. Dark Mego looking at with the TP out. No, Rezo denied, and he comes back in for fresh blood as Panda, well, good try, my friend. Does what damage he can, but ultimately will not be able to stand toe-to-toe to Nisha's firepower. All of Thunder going to try and retreat here. Fortunately, there is no Disruptor up anymore, so everyone else is going to be able to escape.
But again, Puppey buying back for that, trying to find something in, so a little bit of value for Thunder, but that's just an impossible long fight to take, right? You're going through the Leshrac twice with an Arcane Rune. Good job to focus some of the supports down early, get the targets you can. That Glimmer Cape kept Puppey up a long time. You're gonna need some detection next round. But it is the name of the game. You gotta get the stuns before the BKB. Rezo lives though, gets his off, and he's out of there. I mean, Marcy does Marcy things. See you later. Now Bakaz just has to man fight. It's hard for him to just stay in this fight for too long after the BKB.
Yeah, look at that. That physical damage he's doing to Nisha is totally outdone by the Bloodstone heals. Yep. It's doing nothing. And I can't help but thinking if they had managed to keep Rezo chain stun and kill him there, then he doesn't come back and stop the Mars TP. In which case, you know, that team fight actually looks a lot better for Thunder.
Remember, taking Marcy out in this game means you're taking Sidekick out. A lot of damage on that Drow or himself. I mean, that's how Marcy works, so it's a big target for Thunder to hit, but you have to hit it and chain it right.
This time around, it's twice now he's had some close calls, but this time will not be blinking into the hands of Zayats, and Thunder play safely in their triangle for now.
This is where that mech doesn't feel as good anymore. It's where you wish you had a bit more scale, or even Force Staff going to help your cores deeper into the game. Yeah. So once more, Thunder feeling like they want to fight. Aegis is still up for 2 minutes here.
Uh-oh. This is kind of awkward. Zayats well positioned on the high ground here. He might break it. There is a ping from Matt.
He's going to break it for sure. Cause on the river.
Wow, look at them. They're actually sneaking around Zayats here. Might be able to find a way out of initiation. They get Rezo first off. They're going to get the spear immediately afterwards. This time around, they chain stun him down. Zayats trying to get on top of Matthew. At the same time, look for Chris Crystallis as well. He's playing the back line. Looks like he's getting out of there, but Nisha's going in there with his Bloodstone and his Aegis. He's ready to fight. He's ready to bring down the Mars. The spear goes up. The last bit of damage isn't quite there. Meanwhile, they're playing away from Nisha at all costs. Everybody else running away from the Lashrak and killing anybody else they can get their hands on. Now with a buyback coming out from the Snapfire, they can try and go again here. See if they can kill Nisha twice. Crystallis might be needed to help out. A roll and immediately silenced. Pops him into, but it's too much. Because gets bursted down. He didn't expect that one. The spear goes out. Getting a blow, but without the Morphling, now they've lost so much of their damage. Now it's Secret who are on the hunt, but they don't really have, well, maybe they do. The Blink Dagger forward from Nisha is going to be able to slow down and get one more. That's Panda.
Crystal Maiden can't sustain that much damage. Buyback from Matthew there as well. That was an insanely well-taken angle from Thunder. Makaz was in the river, and I think Zayats was calling out, hey, they're in the river. Instead, they were on the exact opposite side of that flank. Caught Rezo off guard. That's the name of the game. Marcy down without BKB. Still, all of that chase was for Nisha Aegis. Even if they get in there, he still has Aegis up. A little bit of an overextension perhaps, but at the same time, that is how Thunder plays. They are always going to try and push that numbers advantage, and if they pull it off, it looks absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah, it seemed like maybe that was a call from the one TI veteran here on the side of Thunder, Matthew.
I'm still amazed at how much net worth Makaz draws in these games. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, that was his first death. He was 9-0, but his farm, he almost has Ags. It's gonna be pretty nice as well. If you can get the Ags from the Drow, remove that Agi, it really hurts this hero.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's also doing a mad amount of work with the stealing the Earth Spirit, though. Getting multiple silences, disrupting the supports. I mean, the Earth Spirit and Disruptor are getting silenced in these fights. Where's it coming from? Well, it's Makaz Spirit, right?
Yeah. And it's something that Secret, I mean, it means they kind of need to play around each other as much as possible. Otherwise, this Morphling's just going to go from hero to hero, as they did in that last fight, right? They were just running away from Nisha and running into everybody else.
Yes. Like, Bars is going to be able to tank up a lot of damage. You almost don't want to overfocus him if you're Secret. You need to keep this Morphling in check, because Morphling will win the fight for Thunder.
Yeah.
But nobody else is going to carry the fight in that later half, right? It's about him being able to stay and deal the damage. It's also about when he uses BKB. We saw Makaz holding his BKB until the very end of that fight. He is extremely patient with it, and there's a reason. Like, he needs it up to be able to fight the Lashrak so he can't Bloodstone heal. He needs it up to be able to dodge the silences in the later half of the fight. Initiation is still the name of the game here for Thunder. They do not, I don't think they want to go ultra late in this type of game with how they've itemized it and how their lineup functions. So again, another smoke. This is uphill.
Yeah, very clear divide on who controls what part of the map. Thunder invading into Secret's side. They don't have the right vision here. Matthew, his smoke breaks. He's going to look over to the side. Sacred, he's fishing in deep, but they're not going to find anything. Oh, no! Knocked him down to the low ground, and now the backline is being assaulted as Nisha crept through the stairs, gets on top of the two supports, annihilates them. Rezo is keeping the Morphling busy, so that Morphling isn't going to be doing anything here. Pulled back in. He's going to have to use his BKB. That's going to be another charge down. A spear goes out, but the stun landed. That's the Mars caught as well. Tarbago, he falls. 3 dead on the side of Thunder. Secret and their patience in holding their side of the map is well rewarded.
That's just an impossible formation to just go into like that. Zayats is holding his high ground ward. Nisha and Puppy with the Glimmer behind him on that other cliff. It's just so deep. Sacred's looking for the roll and looking for the chain stun near the cliffs. But good luck, my friend. It's just so hard going dark. And they need that initiation to land. If it doesn't land on a good core here, all of a sudden your backline's exposed. Arena latches nothing. Makaz gets stunned by Resolution. Your backline crumbles. The fight becomes harder for this Morphling. He just has to spend BKB getting out of there. Nisha gets to clean everybody up.
I mean, that is literally the ideal situation for Secret, right? They kill the 2 backline supports that do a bunch of damage.
Yep.
Rezo is keeping the Morphling busy, so he's not able, Kaz isn't able to go and just like kill the Disruptor or whoever, can't go for the Drow. And on top of that, the worst part of all, perhaps, the initiation totally failed.
If Arena and Roll don't connect, chain lock a core, it's a completely different fight for Thunder. Like you said, Morphling getting controlled, he didn't even get an opportunity to Axel the Drow if he wanted to. So now it's a push towards Scotty. To me, that feels like the last really big timing for Thunder here. To get this Scotty on the Morphling, it's going to debilitate the Leshrac a lot more in the fight, help him man fight him. You have second Roshan coming up within that interval as well. Secret's just going to play for it. I don't think they're in too much of a huge rush here. They have BKB on the Earth Spirit now as well. Drow is just continuing to power up. Hurricane Pike level 21. You have the extra multi-shot damage online. It's going to get powered up even more through the sidekick. You have to gap close this hero now or she's going to shred you.
So I thought I pointed out the mech earlier, which I thought was really interesting on the Snapfire, particularly because no Wraith Pact. And that item is, everybody's talking about it in this tournament. We finally do have it now. Just now picked up for Sacred. So that'll help slow down the damage to the Leshrac, who currently Nisha seems to be the biggest problem for Thunder.
Very pivotal item. Mitigate the Leshrac damage, buff up the Morphling damage. Puppey is halfway to Ags as well, which if this game goes late, team disrupt their Ags, destroy these cores in those scenarios. Secret on the prowl here.
Yeah, this time it's Thunder who have set up and apart the map and are
Dark
waiting for
Mago.
Secret. Oh, Dark Mago don't get caught now! Gets stunned up, follow-up chain stun, he's already dead, and they've already stopped the Snapfire from being able to do much. Nisha gets on top of Mahanamu, should be pretty easily there. But Kaz is trying to keep his supports alive, or whoever's still left alive inside of Thunder, and get them out of here. But the chase goes on as Resolution wants to be able to chase back with the buybacks coming in. Maybe they can catch something. Oh no, Secret annihilated. They do have the arena though. They caught the Drow. All important, but Kaz lays in the damage, and that is crystallis dead. Immediate buyback though, as Thunder need to be able to retreat out. They've got this Wraith Pack. Maybe Kaz doesn't feel so bad about this.
It depends what happens to this Rosh, right? This fight is all about Roshan in the next few minutes here.
Yep.
This is why the buybacks are getting expended. They got the Drow buyback out of that at the very end.
Yeah, for seemingly for free. I mean, they're not going to be able to take Roshan for this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance maybe they didn't try and force it. Makes Dark Mago feel a lot better about his, right? I mean, he had to trek all the way back to mid after he gets gone on here. Maybe trying to bait the initiation, just doesn't get the BKB off. Rezo instantly blink bashed him, I think. Very fortuitous. And of course, your front line gets broken, your CM, your Snapfire are instantly gone. Nisha is always just going to absorb their life force.
Yeah, and a big part of this was the fact that Panda lived there, and Nisha had to chase him down. So Nisha, during this entire river fight, is actually still chasing Panda Boo over there in the triangle. So he was just missing from the out engagement, which could have made a big difference. But it looks like Secret, in the end, the buyback is worth it. crystallis is going to be able to take the Aegis and the all-important Aghanim Shard. That is a really big pickup, particular against the Morph.
Absolutely. He's not feeling too bad about that buyback anymore. Now he'll get the upgraded Frost Arrows.
We get that Hypothermia stacks coming into play.
Use the regen. This is the Scotty timing for Morphling, so
yeah, how close
simultaneous regen reduction coming out, and it's just so hard to fight into the Aegis now.
Yeah.
This is where this Disruptor pick, you know, he's growing his way towards that Aghanim Scepter. Felt a little far away, but every one of these fights, every one of these objectives that goes in Puppey's pocket, this man likes to get rich. He uses it well. It's a very pivotal item in this game, because every time one of those jumps happen, maybe that Mars can live in that scenario and get his BKB off if he's not chain stunned. Well, you throw the Disruptor Storm on top. There's absolutely no turn.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see one fight where it's Secret who, like, either miss the initiation or are getting initiated on, right? The last couple of fights, I feel like Secret have set up the fight better than Thunder has.
I mean,
where it started, how
Thunder
it started.
Them, right?
Yeah.
They're either jumping. I mean, Dark Mago got jumped a couple times this game.
Yeah, that was awkward.
But a lot of these fights have been Thunder smoking into them into the high ground areas, trying to take that fight. Now I think Secret's very confident to take the aggressive positions because they have so many BKBs in. Of course, I think Nisha is he's using up a lot of his room like this game, I must say. Another arcane bottled for this Leshrac.
Yeah.
How many is enough?
He's got a blink scythe now. So look for this guy. He's just, I feel like he's going to see something and just go. He's going to blink, scythe, BKB, and, you know, chainsaw, whatever here. Oh, and this would be a perfect opportunity. Kill the enemy carry, the best pickup possible. 90 seconds. No no buyback, and they know it too.
Yeah, they saw him buy out for this Scotty. They are definitely going to push the high ground here. Age is still intact. That was Arcane Rune up for the Lesh, so he's got another Bloodstone up.
He wants to kill the creep wave because they know they can't. He has to slow down this push up into the high ground, but he put himself at risk of being glimpsed back or caught by the Earth Spirit.
Oh, Nisha's afraid of anything without Because alive. 3,000 HP, Blast Rig on top.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Next round of creeps coming in soon, so backdoor protection is going to fall in the tower. It's going to fall with
Margo.
Pushed him back in. Oh, Arena! He's got the refresher as well. If he can line this one up, throws out the spear, but all the BKBs, all this magic damage is being ignored. Even Nisha able to blink away in the midst of all that. crystallis somehow ended up back up on the high ground. Not sure what happened there, but he should be fine. He's got the Aegis. Thunder doesn't want to go outside of their own base right now. Double Arena's expended. 30 seconds left. Secret are going to call it though. They're going to retreat.
Oh, if you get spear stun there, whew, that's a shard spear with the level 20 talent, man. 3.4 seconds of stun on multiple heroes. Imagine he can land those right there. Secret were, I don't think they were expecting that jump.
Yeah.
Because the BKBs were slow. They got him off eventually, but they really could have done some serious damage there with the double spear if it hits.
Yeah, let's watch that one again. He gets the spear.
The tower.
The tower's just like right there.
Oh,
and
man.
It falls right as he throws out that spear. I don't know what happened there, but that is just so heartbreaking for Dark Mongo. It made her. I mean, it was a great play all around, no matter what, because they ultimately held, right? Where they could have lost the lane of barracks, but you got to feel for him hitting a spear.
That spear
good.
lands. It's a guaranteed refresh double spear.
Yep.
Then you're feeling real good.
And you would have held 4 versus 5, gotten a bunch of kills out of it. Instead, Team Secret walk away relatively uninjured and happy. 7,000 net worth lead for them, 24-20, 37 minutes in.
Because says no.
Roll in, roll out, and Sacred.
Roll in again.
He's gonna try.
Roll out again.
But he just keeps rolling on out.
Radiant's middle
You're gonna have to
tower is
retreat
under
and
attack.
blink out, my friend. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught by Nisha. Otherwise, you're gonna go. Oh, the spear comes in. Dark Mango says hello. They're gonna chainsaw him a little bit, but they don't have the firepower. Not without Because there. And it's probably for the best that they back up to their base.
Because was there, Nisha might have been in trouble, but
yeah,
abusing that high ground ward, which did not get killed. That's just getting in there, placing it, getting out.
Oh, you talk about rune luck. Look at that item. Nisha just found himself a timeless relic. What is this?
I mean, sometimes the stars just align, right?
Yeah, it seems like it. It's aligning for Nisha right now.
This always happens to mid players. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
It's always the rune luck, you know? The rune luck, the neutral item luck, but he's an absolute... I mean, he's still got a cloak. He's got to turn that into something.
Yeah, we got the Aghanim Scepter now complete for the Disruptor, so that's coming out right now in the Courier. As the Aegis expires, Secrets still have big power spikes coming through. We got the Daedalus almost done for crystallis.
This makes the rebound initiation a lot stronger, right? You also have this level 20 talent for Marcy. It's a decent stun duration now. You throw the Static Storm on top. It forces Thunder into a fight where you probably have to use buybacks because that core is just going down, right? Nisha's going to jump in. You're going to commit the BKBs. Makes initiations a lot more concrete for Secret here.
It means the quick reactions are super important, which I always feel like is super tense as is going late game, but also on a TI stage, which
absolutely.
4 of these members of Thunder haven't been here before, first timers for them. So if they see the Earth Spirit roll in or the rebound coming in, if they pop the BKB fast enough, it could be a team fight game changer.
Yes. Also, if they get the jump, right? This game is so much about who jumps who. You have this Mars looking for the multi-spears. You have Zayat and Nisha looking for the Blink Hex, the roll-in. Oh, this is what's going to determine the fight. You also got Trickster Cloak for this Morphling. This is a very big item in this game in terms of his survivability. Magic resist the evasion. You have just some extra invisibility to dodge some spells.
I mean, when every hit from the Drow Ranger decimates you, 20% evasion could do a lot.
Asher for Sacred. So a little more BKB control as well.
They're gonna find that ward? Oh, no, they're not. They're gonna get initiated on first. Nisha, not even bothering to blow the BKB. He knows this is an initiation that Thunder cannot follow up on. But Gresham jumping in. Blink Dagger immediately goes for the grab. Panda Move's gonna be first. They still have the rolling out on Sacred. He needs to be able to jump away. They manage to get the excellent Morphling with the follow-up sides, and they're trading him down. That is just a dead Morphling. but ultimately it's the Leshrac who wins the fight, and now they will chase down for as many heroes as possible. Rezo getting up and under that Snapfire. Triple kill for crystallis. Add another one on the mix. Pandamoo roasted by Nisha in the Fire and Flames, as now Team Secret look to just potentially end the game. We only have 2 buybacks left, and Thunder was already having a hard time. I don't know how they could possibly do this without their supports.
Nisha is just playing out of his mind right now. Another Arcane Room fight. I think Makaz wasn't expecting that Hex to be that low of cooldown, man. He jumps Hex the guy, they kill him, and then he basically got blink Hex again. Just so hard.
They're going to force the buybacks here. Are Team Secret going to keep the pressure up? Are they going to force Thunder to use more buybacks? And are they going to continue to assault and see if Thunder is going to try and take the fight?
I mean, this is level 25.
Versus 5.
Level 25 dive all healing.
They got the initiation, but this time they got the morph off strength. Can they keep him changed on? Get the damage, get enough? They getting blown up for the BKB goes up. The waveform over the side. Because it's reset. Science chases after him, but it's already done. Because is healthy enough that Science will be the victim instead. Dark Mago chasing after them, but he's got to be careful. Doesn't want to overextend. They have the buyback. Secret's coming back in, but Dark Mago's already dead. Rolling Thunder on him. They cannot let Team Secret walk away with this. Makaz is coming back. He's TPing in. But sadly, I don't think they can chase after this. You can see Matthew setting up with his Aghanim Scepter. They wanted to keep going, but now Nisha seeing them on the retreat with the Rolling Thunder on cooldown. There's the Hex. Resolution also catching that Snapfire. Sacred is still alive. Never mind. Rezo grabs him, tosses him back in. Burns up into that rolling form, but blink away. He's good. No physical damage came out. Team Secret will keep the pressure up. 4 of them alive versus the 3 of Thunder. They're going to take a second lane of barracks. Thunder can't excuse this if they want. They've got a tier 2 up in bottom. There's no chance of Megas. Secret will just take that second lane of barracks. Reset.
Wow, Secret really respecting what this Morphling can do in a deep base scenario, because they know this Mars has no buyback. They have another static storm up. They have everything up on their other heroes outside of maybe some BKB cooldowns. Maybe that's enough to dissuade the fight. Man, with that level 25 Edict talent, I would have thought they would have pushed Throne there.
Yeah.
At least try and force some more economic damage out of Thunder.
Certainly an opportunity was there for Secret to potentially end the game, but they respected Thunder's potential hold as the Morphling, you said, but they've got super strong initiation.
Still 30 seconds, no Mars.
Yep.
This is maybe just the smarter play here. Puppey with the smoke. The air will jump anything and everything.
Nisha goes in, blind blink in, goes for the site, immediately fights a Pango. A huge opportunity. 2 dead already. 2 dead with Thunder limping along as is. Team Secret. Are they going to keep going? I mean, Roshan's up. A little detour towards Roche.
Never hurt anybody. They know there's no buybacks on this Thunder slide, so that's another 70 that you're without this control from the Pangolier, without the raid pack.
Just keep them with the numbers down.
This is an Ag
4
Roche.
versus 5.
I mean, are you giving it to Nisha here for some nihilism? Done a pretty damn good job this game.
Yeah, he has.
Take it.
Maybe a little awkward with the Drow Ranger, but he dives in, I guess, deep enough that it probably doesn't matter.
That was pretty much the only choice here. Puppey has his, and Zayats has one of his own. So he can Stone Remnant kick out as well.
Yeah, we almost have the Blink Dagger on Puppey, which is huge when you have the Aghanim Scepter, because now you could solo initiate team fights instead of following up Rezos.
Too many things to think about here for Thunder. 1 ward gets placed, 1 hero gets spawned.
Ooh, the Waco charges. Makaz jumps in, jumps out. Dark Mago pops his BKB to get a decent initiation with the Crystal Maid. On top of that, thanks to the Sapphire, they're doing lots of damage. The BKBs, though, are allowing them to persevere. Makaz turning into the Drow Ranger, has to keep his distance from Resolution. The bashes are too much. Needs to get on top of the Drow Ranger, but he turns into stone form. Science saving the Drow, kicks him across. Makaz on the hunt, has to waveform forward. He desperately wants a skill for the man to dodge. Another hit miss. Down the side. Now they're turning around, and there it is. Makaz gets blown up, and immediately the GG is called. Team Secret will take game 1 in this upper bracket match.
They put the Makaz Morphling to bed a little.